Hi guys, Darth Deuce is back again with another Gunpla model kit review, and today taking a look at the Gundam ground type from Thunderbolt. I watched Gundam Thunderbolt recently. I finished it, and it's a really cool series. It's pretty short, but it's a much more modern anime Gundam series. So it looks really good, and the story's pretty good too for the most part. And the mobile suits are really cool as well, taking place in Universal Century as well, which is my favorite and only really known uh, continuity right now. And the Gundam ground types are really cool. They played significant enough role in the second season. They're basically GM mobile suits with a Gundam head put on them instead of a GM head. But it's really cool. More of a grunt suit, but with the Gundam head, I think it looks really great. So yeah, these guys look pretty cool. A much more recent kit that's released just last year. And actually a decent size as well. I don't have a kit. Well, actually, I do have a kit kind of on hand, even though this one's not really the best example because I think it's a bit more of a smaller mobile suit than usual. But while I have him crouched down, the Crossbones X1 Gundam is decently smaller, maybe not if not in height and bulkiness than this one. He's got a very nice, satisfying size to him, and it's also a very solid kit. There's no loose pieces on it. It's fun and to mess around with, which is really cool. I have just panel lined and applied the stickers. He does come with the normal foil stickers as well as comes with marking, optional stickers. I did apply all the markings because I like the look of the markings on this kit. But yeah, there's the head. It's a bit hard to see because of the way my lighting is, but it's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of the sticker on the forehead. It is actually, plastic is raised in relief to have this symbol, so if you wanted to paint it, you could make it look a lot better than just having the sticker there, but I'm not going to paint it, so I just have the sticker. The head's really cool, very Gundam-esque, obviously, but looks nice. I like it. And he's got this pretty big backpack with all the jet boosters, look really cool. As you'll notice, all the joints look a bit different. They actually have this, are made to simulate the insulation they put over the joints. Because in the Thunderbolt sector, because of all the lightning and the debris around, they want to protect the joints from all those conditions. So they put these coverings on them, and they replicate them with the plastic here, which I think looks really good. I do like how that looks a lot. You have the arms, look great. I think all the markings look pretty good on this kit as well. I don't have too many complaints there, especially on the white. The borders around the stickers aren't as obvious, so it looks pretty good. The big legs, looks pretty sweet. And you got the joints again. You can get a good look at the way the joints look, and you got the feet as well. Overall, it's a really good looking kit. I really do like how it looks a lot. I love the dark blue on the white and the yellow. I think it looks really good as well. Very happy with how that looks. In terms of posability, you got some good posability. You got a ball joint at the head. You can look up a decent amount, look down decent amount, a little bit of pivot and rotation. If I don't pull out the whole arm segment, the arms move out quite a bit, and the shoulder pad also moves around, so you don't have to worry too much about those getting in the way. You got a rotation, a double joint there, which moves pretty good, and a ball joint at the wrists. Mine's almost coming undone, but you do have a ball joint at the waist, so you don't get a whole lot of crunch movement, but you do get rotation. And you do get a little bit up and down. Moving the arms that way. Oh, the arms also move forward a bit. These on ball joints, they kind of pop. The side skirts pop out a little easy if they go too far. These move out. They're a little loose if you move them out all the way, but not a huge deal. Legs do kick out all the way. They can move out all the way, but they can only move out so far without popping them out, so they only move out to about here until you're gonna about pop out the side skirts. Swivel at the thigh, double hinge at the knee, moves good, and you do got a pretty good pivot, actually a really good pivot, I think, and you can shift they pull up a decent amount and go down a decent amount, so pretty good ankle articulation. Well, overall articulation is really good. You can get a lot of great posing out of this kit, which is always a plus. In terms of accessories, this guy comes with a lot of stuff. So first off, extra hands. You guys, the two gripping hands, which you should see there. You do get two closed fist hands, which I'm not really going to show them in detail. I think you get the idea. You get two trigger hands, one for each hand, or arm, sorry. And you also get one extra right hand, which is a gripping hand, but at a pivot, which works well with one of his other accessories, which we'll talk about soon. Does have his beam sabers, which are stored here. Take those off. You can store them on the limbs there. They're just normal hilts. You do get beam effects, which are just a light pink. I'll just put one in. But yeah, it's just a very light pink, but the length of the blades, pretty good. And it's always awesome to have two beam sabers, and the gripping hands hold them really well without having to take them apart. So that is always a plus, and they look pretty good with the kit. So that is awesome. Not putting a whole lot of effort into posing because I have limited time, obviously, but you get the idea. So you get two beam saber hilts and two beam saber effects. You get a beam rifle, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like it. I like it because it kind of looks more like just a normal sort of grunt beam rifle, as opposed to maybe looking like something that a special Gundam or prototype would have. And you just put it on the trigger hand. You don't have to take apart the trigger hand, put it in, it'll just slide in, which may be good or bad, but he holds it well enough, and again, looks pretty cool. Holding the beam rifles, so I like that a lot. Looks pretty cool. Gonna unplug that. You also comes with two shields, so they look really good. You got two handles. You also get this piece, which you can use for storing it on his arm. There's also other pieces, I think, somewhere that you can use for having him store it on his arm. And obviously, because you have the handle, if you take apart the gripping hands, you can get him just holding the shields, and you can rotate these to how you want. They do pivot just a little bit. But one thing you can do, or with other pieces, you can take these. These are actually the folded up arm secondary manipulators or whatever. You can unplug these, and you have two extended manipulators. They're both different. This one can go, if I straighten out the arm here, this one can go on this side. This one can go on this side. One thing that's cool is they also have spots to store the beam sabers, so you can just slot them in there if you want, which is really cool. And then the cool thing you can do, obviously, is you can actually get these to hold the shields. So you can have these secondary arms holding the shields, which I think is a really cool feature. So you have the two shields there, and that's awesome because you can have, it adds a bit more bulk and just coolness to the overall look of the kit, and you can have him sporting two shields to try to save him from the Thunderbolt Zeon Zaku snipers, and you can still hold a bunch of weapons alongside that. And there's no real articulation. I mean, you can obviously move the shields up and down or whatever you want to do. And you can also rotate them so you can move these back if you so desire. That makes them pretty back heavy. You can also, if you play around with enough, you can get them all the way around forward. This one you can do it as well because I have done it. I'm just not going to fool with it right now, but you might have to actually unplug it and put it in. But you can get the shields all the way forward as well, which is really cool. So that's awesome. And then the last accessory, which is definitely the coolest, is you get the beam javelin. This is really cool. I do have that extra hand on there that has the pivot because this is the hand you want to use for the beam javelin if you want to get good, like, sort of stabby effects. You get the really cool beam javelin front effect. I do think it could plug in better. This likes to wobble around a lot, and I think I have it in all the way. I mean, maybe I don't, but I'm pretty sure I do because I tried putting it in further and it doesn't. But it's not really a huge deal. It still stays together. It's not going to fall off or anything. That looks really cool. So you can, plug that in. You can have them holding it with just one hand, but having it like that, you can take the other normal gripping hand, have them grip it on the other side, and then I'm not doing a good job of doing some posing right now, but then you can have him holding the beam javelin, which looks super cool. This is how I like to display him, with the beam javelin. I think that looks super awesome. And I absolutely love that they included that. And that's pretty much everything there is about this kit. It's not a bad price kit. It's not a hard to get kit, I don't think. And I think it's really, really cool. So I think if you collect high grade or 1 in 144, Gunpla, I build the 144 Gunpla. I think this is a kit everyone should build. If you, at least as long as you're into like Grunt GM suits or Gundam suits, 100% recommend picking this one up and building it. The build's fun, not too complicated or anything. A bit more lengthy, just because if you do all the marking stickers and whatnot, and because of all the accessories. But overall, it's a super solid kit. I really have no real issues with it. It's just really awesome, and it's one of my favorite high grades I have. Really, really cool. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video.